Hello. Howdy, welcome back my friends. My name is Trev Barnes, and if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Just do it, don't worry about it, just do it, it's okay. So I thought it would be fun to go over a few of my favorite free plugins. There's actually a surprising amount of free plugins that are available. There's websites like Plugin Boutique, which actually most of these I found on there. Now, I'm not the first to talk about these plugins and why they're great. I just figured that I could show you the way I use them. And maybe I could even bloom some of your guys' minds to kind of think more about what a plugin is really capable of. All the links to get these plugins will be in the description below. And hey, enough of the chit chat, guy. Let's make some sounds. So the first plugin that we're gonna talk about is Labs by Spitfire Audio. If you do not have this plugin, look at me. What are you doing? So Spitfire Audio describes Labs as an infinite series of free software instruments made by musicians for musicians. What's great about Labs to me is that it's a free virtual instrument that has its own plugin. In my experience, and correct me if I'm wrong, but most free virtual instruments usually require something like Kontakt, which unless you're super native to that and you know it, I have a hard time with Kontakt. Maybe I just need to learn more. If you know more about Kontakt and can educate me, let me know. But this is super easy. So as I'm filming this, Spitfire Audio has about, I think, 47 different libraries here, and each library has about 5 to 10 presets. That's a lot of sound. I first installed Labs about 2 years ago, and I still don't think that I've been through every single sound yet. Might I add as well, the actual sounds themselves are so unique. It's not like other virtual instruments that just emulate an instrument. This emulates a scene, and it paints a picture, and it helps you, I don't know, artistically just explore more. So let's take a listen to the Super Soft Whirly DI preset. This is probably the most simple sound in this entire thing. Something a lot of people say about this plugin is that it has a lot of natural qualities to it. It doesn't sound too digitized and everything just feels really warm. As you can see, the user interface is super simple. You have a volume fader right here, you have a velocity fader, and then this is like a multi-effects button knob thing. But if you click on it, usually it'll bring out a little variety of options. In this case, we can do reverb, tightness, which is kind of like compression. Dialing up the reverb. Let's hear what variation does. Ooh. Here's another one of my favorite presets. It's called the Glass Grand Soft. It just sounds nice. I mean, this just sounds like it's straight out of Blade Runner. As you can see, there's just tons and tons of presets. If you're someone who really likes to dive deep into plugins and modulation and everything, this probably isn't for you. This is made for people who don't necessarily know how to do the cool stuff that you modulation people can do. When I first downloaded it, I think there was only like 25 different libraries. And as I mentioned, now there's 47. So they're not stopping anytime soon and they're constantly putting out quality products. Now the next plugin. She ain't as pretty. She's not as pretty as Labs, but there isn't a mix that I don't use this plugin. I am talking about Stereo from Kilohearts or Kilohearts. I don't know. Stereo does exactly what it says it does. It makes things more stereo, more. So it's another very simple plugin. It only has 3 knobs, mid, width, and pan. I only ever recommend using this plugin slightly and on stereo tracks. Typically it gets used on my drum buses, synths, and background vocals, just things that I can usually make wider. So when you see the meter running red, it's just letting you know that you're spreading the channel way too wide, the frequencies are getting way too spread out, and on a mono mix, it's not going to sound right. And we all know the importance of checking things in mono, because usually that's what people are going to hear on their phones. By the way, for the best listening experience, I recommend obviously using headphones or studio monitors, even car speakers, it's fine to hear what they sound like. Just keep in mind, you're probably not gonna hear what this plugin sounds like if you're listening on your phone. So I just have the synth pulled up from last demo. Let's just adjust the width slightly. So we're starting to go in red. But if you're listening on studio monitors, I can't really demo this plugin too much other than going past like 140% because I don't really use it more than that. The subtle difference is so subtle, but it makes a huge difference to me. So judging by the last two, you can probably tell that I'm a big fan of very simple plugins. This one, as you can see, is also very simple. Now it only has a couple knobs, but I'm telling you, it literally sounds amazing on any track that you put it on. So this is the MJUC Junior by Klanghelm. Klanghelm also has a couple of other free plugins. I just use the MJUC Junior the most. Klanghelm also has a couple of other plugins that I recommend getting if you're, just stopping by. Might as well, right? They have this neat saturation plugin and then another compressor. So on their website, they say it's a variable MU design with lots of vibe, capable of smooth leveling, but also heavy pumping effects. Basically, this plugin models an old tube compressor. There are other free compressors like this one. I don't know what it is. I've just had this certain magic whenever I've used it. Of course, plugins and sounds or art or whatever is subjective, but I genuinely feel a difference when I use this plugin on a track or not. Again, with this one, there's only 3 knobs: compress, time constants, and makeup. The compress knob is just the amount of compression that's being applied. On most other compressors, this is usually the threshold knob. I mostly use fast because I like a quick attack and release. I don't ever use auto. It's never fitted my needs. Slow has only been dependent on the track. The makeup knob is just makeup gain. If you don't know, whenever you compress something, typically it brings the volume down, so you need a makeup knob to make up for the lost volume. My favorite use of this plugin is on drums, so let's listen to it with drums. So this is what the track sounds like without it. Let's go ahead and turn it on and start playing with knobs. We can hear it start to compress. This is on slow, by the way. And if we switch to fast, you'll hear a lot more aggression. There are more free plugins that I use consistently, so if you guys want a part 2 to this video, please let me know. Hey, you! Do you have a favorite free plugin? Why won't you tell me? Tell me right now. Let me know in the comments. That way I can maybe make a video on it, check it out, and we can just have a little community. We can share free plugins. I give you a plugin, you give me a plugin. And if you did enjoy this video, please stay a while, hit subscribe. Thank you so much again for watching. As always, I will see you in the next video. Peace.